What is good? What is good? I am Andy. This is Pat. This is Drag the Lake, a very special edition where we are reacting to every gosh dang album in the Every Time I Die catalog. We've gone through Last Night in Town. Say what? Say what? Like in wrestling.
Oh yeah, what? God damn it! You don't at least give me one. Okay, sorry. What?
I just thought we were gonna.
Excuse me.
What? Why'd you say? You said it like an old Jewish man. You're like, what?
Ah. What's
Hot
that?
damn! Hot damn!
Come again now?
Gutter phenomenon.
Huh?
Big Dirty.
Yeah.
New Drunk Aesthetic.
I'm around.
And the best album to ever be written in all of existence, X Lives.
That was the best one. What? That's one I actually go, what?
Huh? And we are now on to. Oh, also, I should remind people. I didn't realize I didn't do this. I meant to make a playlist with all the songs.
Oh.
I didn't do that. I have made the playlist, or I'm sorry, not with all the songs, with all the videos of us talking that good shit about these albums. I made the playlist, so go look for it.
Yeah.
It's here on this channel. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We are talking about From Parts Unknown, and this is, for me, the beginning of when I really started vibing out hard with Every Time I Die. It's part of the reason why their breakup was so heartbreaking to me, just because these last three albums I was like, I like Every Time I Die, but I really like this Every Time I Die. So, you know, it's really great that this is just going to keep happening every 3 years till I fucking die.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it did, because I died inside. The second, you know, Keith thought he was cleaning himself with that bath, but he was just making all of our hearts dirty and black after that.
Now all of our organs feel pruny and useless because you have taken every bit of life force out of us. But don't worry, we still have these albums to listen to. You, my friend, are, I feel like, the same way I am, except for I was hooked already by this point.
Constant overeater. Oh, you mean about these albums?
Yeah. If you could hear my stomach right now, it just agreed with you. No, this was when
you should be eating spoonfuls of peanut butter like I did right before recording.
That's using food as fuel. But I think this one was this was when I started realizing, like, oh shit, like the bands that I love already can still level up. Like this was the release where I was just like, because like we explored in the last two
and deep into their career.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the point. Like I thought honestly they were just gonna start coasting kind of, because X Lives and X Lives and New Drunk Aesthetic were both kind of like, yeah, I liked them. They're pretty good.
They make your voice do
yeah. But I don't want to be ungrateful, because I'm like, there's some bangers on there, but also there's a lot of stuff that I'm not screaming out live. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be like, play track 7 off a New Drunk Aesthetic. You know, you know what I mean? Like, but like,
and they're yelling back like, you really expect us to remember it like that? Why don't you just learn the name? And then you're like, I mean, whatever's fine. Whatever you want to do.
The drummer is just like, oh yeah, you're right. We don't know that. No, but like I feel like From Parts Unknown was the one where I was just like, whoa, well, like this is like I can't wait for them to eventually come to terms with whatever terrible thing that made them break up and reunite, and also do a 30-year anniversary of this one or something, because this is one I could go see live front to back from what I remember. So I'm excited for this, and this real time for me, because my favorite is the Big Dirty, is favorite album, okay album, and then what?
Humming, huh?
Like I mean, it's literally the meme of the fucking guy going like, "Hey, look at this sexy lady over here." You remember that one?
Yeah, I haven't listened to this full album in a while. Most of my Every Time I Die listening, I either go back to Radical or Hot Damn. So I haven't listened to this full, and actually I gotta be honest, I always joke like From Parts Unknown and X Lives. No.
No.
Which one is it?
Low Teens.
Low Teens.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Teens. Fucking rips.
What?
Low Teens rips as well.
Yeah. They both sit, I always say they both sit in my head as like they could almost be a double album, but I do lean towards Low Teens. because Low Teens sort of sounds like, all right, Parts Unknown was good, but how do we make that better? Yeah, but this was definitely the beginning of me being like, because I think I said it before, I had a bit of, around Big Dirty, I had a little bit of a fall off on really listening to Every Time I Die. And then when this one came out, specifically when I heard the single for Decaying with the Boys, when I heard that one specifically, I was like, because this iteration of Every Time I Die is substantially more punk rock leaning. And that's kind of the version of them that I pay a little bit more attention to. So Decaying with the Boys piqued my interest because it's a very punk rock song in the context of Every Time I Die. And yeah, this was the stage I got back into Every Time I Die and then started going back through the catalog and being like, oh yeah, this is one of the best bands.
Yeah.
Fun little fact before we actually get into this. So I was double checking because this was around the time Every Time I Die, they change musicians like every album, but it's usually the bass and the drums and shit. You know, the guitar and vocals stayed strong the whole time. But yeah, it's always bass and drums. And for some reason, my brain goes like, who's the drummer on this one? Because we were talking last time that Ryan Legger, he got in because they were doing sort of a contest. So that's why that and Rat Boy are the two drummers that stick out to me. But then I was like, I know he left at a certain point, so I wanted to check. And I checked, and the guy who replaced him was a gentleman by the name of Daniel Davison, who, you may enjoy this, Patrick, was the drummer of, do you know the answer?
Buck Cherry.
Oh, I thought, yes, he wrote Crazy Bitch.
Oh my God, I love that song. You know I love that song.
I know you do. No, he was not the drummer of Buck Cherry. I thought your eyes got big because you knew, because he was the drummer of one of your favorite bands, Norma Jean.
Oh yeah, I don't know their names.
And additional fun fact on that, in 2018, Ryan Legger for about a year or two played drums for Norma Jean. So we have like a little bit of switching going on.
I've seen that a bunch of times. I remember I think Unearth used the drummer from Killswitch Engage for a little while.
Oh, really?
He was like, he helped them record an album, I think that's what it was. And I was just like, I remember thinking like, damn, that's so cool that, like, I think they also recorded the guitar player from Killswitch Engage recorded that album for them. So I think that was kind of like a, hey, yeah, come on by. But like, that's pretty cool to be like, hey, yeah, can you just have this guy lay my, because I feel like there's a cool, like, we talked about it actually with their features in a lot of these albums where you're like, oh shit, I didn't know they were friends. That's pretty cool to see the connection where like a drummer swap. It reminds me, the craziest one I ever remember was hearing that the drummer from Coheed and Cambria got essentially traded to Dillinger Escape Plan. They just switched drummers.
Really?
Yeah, it was 1 year, and I was just like, really? Yeah, I had the exact same. I was just like, that's fucking nuts.
Well, that's
nuts. It really isn't. You know,
I'm actually insanely curious about that story because it's like, not that Coheed's simple music, but it ain't Dillinger.
That was my exact thing of like, really?
So it's like, hey, you know how you've been playing kind of like emo prog rock?
Yeah.
How would you like to play? How would you like to play the instrumental version of a car crash? How would you like to do that?
Yeah. How would you like to hear crime scene footage essentially turned into audio?
Yeah, and then the Dillinger drummer, they're like, hey, you know how you cry every night because of your job? Do you want to just kind of be a little bit more vibes and shit?
Yeah, you want to just fucking rock, dude? Do you want to just fucking rock? And they're just like, yeah, whatever. Well, best we can do is Coheed and Cambria.
My favorite one was I believe at some point Rancid got the old drummer of Senses Fail.
Really?
Yeah, which I always thought was an interesting one. Just because it was like, it was so fun, because I guarantee you when Senses Fail came out, because like emo helped shift people away from giving a fuck about punk rock.
Yeah. And
I guarantee you Rancid was shit talking all the emo bands.
Of course.
And then eventually they were like, whatever. Come play with us.
I saw them on Warped Tour shit talking the other bands that like on at Warped Tour. Like there are there are bands that were at Warped Tour main stage bands even. So like it's I mean, I think it was a gentle ribbing because again, we see now that I think they're friends and I think they're just kind of busting balls.
Yeah.
It's like how comics might go out there and just be like, "Oh, Andy sucks balls." Did you guys see that?
Who
You
said
saw-
that?
No, I didn't. I would never. I didn't say that on stage.
Name everyone that said that.
Patch. No, I mean, Gat Porge.
I saw that guy on Twitter. He stinks. Actually, I was wrong. It was
all
the
bots.
what?
No followers, all bots.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's my goal.
Don't worry, Elon's getting rid of those. Actually, it was not Census Fail. It was the Used. I was double checking on.
Even weirder.
Yeah.
In my opinion, even weirder.
Sorry, minor left turn on this whole conversation, but the
Okay.
Used, and then we'll get to this music. But I was listening to the Used recently, and they were one of those in the emo craze. There was a lot of these emo bands that put a little. There was a lot of these emo bands that they seemed like emo bands because they put a lot of razzle dazzle on their shit. They were like, it was almost like if emo music was a suit of armor. They figured out the right pieces to put it on. They're like, see, I'm an emo band. I went back to listen to the Used. If you take out like the screaming and how like they all looked like little twinks, like every emo band did, if you take that out, they weren't an emo band. They were just a super soft, like modern rock band. Cause I went through and listened to their stuff and I go, oh yeah, they shift over into like Hot Topic goth or have you heard the new, you'd go into Target and you'd be like, ooh, the new Used CD. And they'd be like the bad boys at Target. And I go, they had somewhat stolen emo valor.
Yeah, I can see that. Like there's a weird thing. I always thought that there was a weird thing with you just said the Used. That was a thing where I was just thinking. I always thought that like there was like certain bands that like never really. I feel like emo was like a good way to describe them. I can't think of that one right now, like because I feel like this is a great topic to say like a Trojan emo horse, or like a Trojan horse band, because like I know that I have thought this before. Because it's like it's one of the best points I've ever heard was like I think it was a South Park episode where they're just like, oh, you just replace Baby with Jesus and you got most Christian rock.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, where there's like no actual feeling behind it, but it does get sorted into this genre or something.
Yeah,
like
country music's the most egregious with it. Like the mainstream country music is just like EDM music, but with a fiddle, and they make sure they reference, their truck and a beer, and they say daddy or something like that.
But this would be, I feel like this is a good main show topic. I feel like you should bring this up on the show again, because I feel like Trojan horse bands are like a great fucking thing where you're like, oh, they rode this wave, but they're not this. They're not that. If you just take this a couple lines out, and they're not that at all. I think hell yeah, dude.
No, it's a good topic, but the topic right now is not about Trojan horse bands. It is about one of the best bands that ever do it, Every Time I Die, and their album From Parts Unknown. So let us get into it. Here we go. We got the first song, The Great Secret. That's really loud. I'm sorry. There we go. The Great Secret. That one again. Sorry if it was stupid loud for you guys for 2 seconds. That one is, dude. I love. This is why I love music. It always it's the same thing with like food. You get a good smell, and it sends you back to the time you had diarrhea. It's just great memories. Music's excuse me. Music's the same way. When that breakdown in the middle hit, it took me back to a time where I was like in the middle of work, listening to music, fucking hating my shift, just being like, I don't want to be here. I want to go. Basically, bringing it back to the Used. I was the kid in the Used video where I was stapling prices onto some shit, and his manager was just like, "You'll work here forever, you piece of shit."
Jesus.
You never saw the Taste of Ink video?
Uh-uh.
Okay, well, that was a very specific reference you didn't get.
Sorry,
So
I apologize.
no, it's okay. You're probably a better person. But no, I'm in like the middle of my shift doing whatever, and then that breakdown hits, and I immediately like, when the song's so good, you fucking do a prairie dog head where you're just like,
yeah.
So once that breakdown hit, it was so fucking sick, and that is a huge high point for like the Every Time I Die mix. Because if if you're watching this just like on your TV or on your phone or whatever, pop in your headphones for that part of the song.
Yeah.
Because you get the guitar right in the left ear, and then it comes in both ears with a dun dun dun, all that shit. Just a real great fucking song to start off the album with the going back and forth from chaos to a little bit more straightforward. But what did you think, Pat?
I had so many thoughts. This same thing. I have that. I feel like the reaction. I was gonna make a note of. I remember when I first, because like I think at this point I was just basically an album was coming out. Obviously, you've heard, the singles that they're putting out or something like that. But like at this point, I'm just like, I'm buying the album when it's out. I'm buying it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna say, well, let me see what it's like or something like that. I'm just buying them. And I remember the same reaction, and it's actually it turns you into it turns you into one of them from the cover art. You just go like, and like laser beams shoot out of your mouth, and you're just like,
That's a great way to put it.
Because like and that brings me to my other point, like great fucking top to bottom, front to back album, the cover art, the visuals of the album.
Oh yeah, the design. Yeah,
I honestly don't, for some reason, off the top of my head, I know I will remember them when we see them, but I will. I don't remember a lot of the music videos from this album, but I'm sure those are stunning. This, like I said, the same thing. Great intro song. I put new album, get in or fuck off. Like that's literally this is like this is where
I love that you wait. That's like written on a piece of paper
right here.
Damn, you're a fun guy.
I wanted to remember that because I had so many other thoughts, including I remember so I looked at the dates when this was released, and I looked at when the next one was released. This is the last album that Every Time I Die released when I was living in Florida. The next album
really?
is officially Pennsylvania Pat.
Oh shit. So this is the last Florida Pat. That means you get to say the N-word once on this.
Yeah. No, really? You're not gonna take it out? You've taken stuff out before.
Wow. Come on.
I'm not gonna say it. I didn't say it. But you know what it is.
Yeah. We know what it is. Yeah, man. Good first song. I may have to you were talking about excited to see the videos. I'm pretty sure this is the music video with the dick in it.
Cool.
So I may have to hover over that one because it is a great video.
Where is it? Is it on YouTube right now?
Yeah, it's Decaying with the Boys. I believe there's a part at the end where they hit the dude with a pie and then the pie falls and you see his little wiener poking out through the fucking.
But if it's on YouTube already, it should already be out, right?
No, there's rules. There's like dick and titty exceptions. There's like a ASAP.
Really?
I think you have to fill out a form, be like, hey, we want to put a dick in this. And hey. I think it's similar to like smoking cigarettes in like if you're a comedian smoking a cigarette on stage and you're like, this is art.
Yeah.
But it's also a case by case basis because like if I just ripped a cig at the stand or whatever, they'd be like, well, you're not Dave Chappelle, so let's wrap that up. You know what?
Just vape, buddy.
My favorite actually is when bars have the sign that are like don't vape. It's not gonna do anything, but it does look lame as hell. Oh yeah, we always bring back to the time where those ceilings were very low, Pat.
I was there last night, and I was just like, hey, look, I pulled my vape out. I was like, haven't hit it once. T appreciated that, but I think I think there's like, so we couldn't say like this pie on this dick is educational.
I think it's an art. I think my guess is it's like an artistic thing, and then YouTube's like, you get one. You get one dick under fake artistic clauses.
Did we use ours already?
No. Pull your wiener out.
No, I'm gonna save it for the video. That's
okay. Yeah, fair enough.
You're welcome. And also, that was so hard not to
your
do.
Wiener?
No, not that.
All right. Since we got no wiener, it's time to listen to Pelican of the Desert. Well, I'm fucking stupid. There we go. I wanted to say this, and I meant to say this all through X Lives, and then I got reminded on this one. I am more partial to this iteration or this stage of Keith Scream. The way he sounds on X Lives and later, it's like my favorite version of his singing style. Because if you listen, it does have a slow growth over time, and I think what he's doing in this shit right here is my preferred version of it. But yeah, I just all in all, like, I don't know, the shit's just good. It's hard to review stuff when it's just good.
Well, like the thing is, like, it's this song is so good that it makes me sad that like they're not around. You know what I mean? Like that, like it's so.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
It's so perfect. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the crispness of like there's no. I don't even want to say transition. There's no transition. It's just like boom. It's like fast part, boom, and then just hit you, dude. It's like a, and this is, I remember even real time, and it hit me again the same time. This is like another song where it hit me. It fucking prairie dogged me, and it was just like one of those things where you're just like, is there going to be a reaction like this for every song? I want to see how long this streak can go. And I remember dude,
I bricked up this whole fucking album makes you.
Yeah, like it's just like one of those things where you're like, damn, is every one of them going to have this like I don't know how to put it.
Well, they start moving into this like crazy, I don't even know what the fucking proper adjective is, but there's this weird like synchronicity coming on where it is this crazy, because there's a lot of bands like a band that we love, The Chariot. They're fucking insane, but they're very noisy. So the insanity is they create this big wall of sound and it's very chaotic and stuff, but it's also a messy. It's like it's a much more messy chaos. This is like this almost makes me think of, I don't know, if you like saw an action movie and there was a character that was like you ever see in like it's probably happened in like the Avengers where there'll be a big fight scene and they'll be showing like the Hulk running and then the Hulk will be running and then Thor comes out of nowhere and then he grabs him and throws him back up there and then he's jumping and then you see like Spider-Man come down. It's like, but they're
assembling. Yeah,
it's all just so fucking like locked in and perfect. And if it wasn't completely in like that right spot, Spider-Man would get exploded by whatever those aliens were in the Avengers and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's how it feels. That's how it feels. It's like fucking Spider-Man web slinging.
if this was the second round of a fight and I was this man's corner man, I would be like, hey guys, slow down. All right. We got 14 rounds here, baby. You know what I mean?
Get fucking gassed.
Yeah. What are you doing here? And they're just like, and they give me one of these. They go like, yeah, I don't need no water. And they just stand up. They're like, bring us on to track 3. There's probably a dick in it.
Which I have the piece of paper out. So if I miss the dick, I can write it down.
Oh, okay. I was like, really? I was like, you're going to like try to cover it up?
I just gotta get a time. Well, I am gonna. I do want to try to stop it so I don't have to spend time editing it. But
I got
if the dick comes up, maybe I should leave it in so we can see your reaction to the dick.
Okay.
It's not gonna be a lot of editing. What am I bitching about?
Yeah, you could just go into my face and I'll do one of these.
We'll just look over and you're hitting yourself with a hammer. All right. That's what it was. I was mixing my dicks up with butts.
That's what it was. You definitely there was a wiener though.
By the way, I do have it written down so I can edit. 2900 dick.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was a fucking that was back to the
It
fun.
was a good dick. I agree.
Back to the funny. You know what I'm saying?
They're so good at funny. They're so good at funny, and they're also, we talk about this one a lot. Like, make, because here's the thing. Like, a lot of these bands, they have an allergy to like advertising themselves and sort of doing shit to kind of like build the brand or whatever. Because music is art. That's a dirty word in art. Unless you're Andy Warhol and you take advantage of stupid New York hipsters, then you fucking rule.
Yeah.
That's what I realized. I was like, oh wait, Andy Warhol's doing all that bullshit on purpose to take advantage of idiots.
Nobody
This guy's this guy's the best. But regardless, no, like a band should always know your music video is kind of like a business card. And if I hand you my business card and it just says my name written in fucking pen and it just says call me with no number, I'm probably not going to call this guy. But if you have a nice fucking business card, it lets people know like, oh, this dude's going to do some good ass business with you. And when I see that music video, it like puts in my head, oh, every time I die rules. And it's like all the little stuff like, oh, we're going to do a callback to fucking like 90s teen comedies where here's the obvious nerds and we're gonna fuck with, dude, by the way, the guy that I think pants is the nerds, the greatest ever cup flip nut tap.
I was gonna bring that up, dude. I had
the fluidity of it was magic.
Well, it was one of those things where I was like, I don't think that was planned, and I think he actually tapped that person in the nads. And it was
I think he's that guy.
Yeah, probably. Like, this seems like a good mix of like probably their fans and like maybe
tap
like
nut. It's fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
it's absolutely beautiful.
This is his opus.
Tap nut. No look. Tap nut.
Yeah, that was perfect. He nailed both of those, and I thought the same thing. I was just thinking like I think they're using their celebrity a little bit more too, because I see more of the wrestling shit in here. Like I don't know if they brought in. I don't know wrestling as well as you, but like, I'm looking in it and I see like obviously they have a Buffalo Sabres player. That's pretty fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like
that's probably just a guy.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. He looked pretty efficient. I don't know if you can have the Buffalo Sabres shit in a music video. Don't they have to like blur that shit out or something?
I think that's one of those things. Like, remember when bands back in the day would just be like remember Devil Wears Prada would put Reptar on their shirt and then it would say Devil Wears Prada. Yeah, and it was just kind of like, I don't know, Nickelodeon's not going to get them for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess they would be like, no, we're beloved. We're beloved by Buffalo. They won't hate this. Yeah. I don't know. It looked like an actual player. He's a pretty big guy, but I don't know. Might just be one of their people. But there's like, I think there was a lot of, I think I kind of tried to Google it half-assed, but I did not see anything in there. But I know that they have recognition from Buffalo, like, as like the city, the teams and stuff like that. Like, but I don't know if they have like friends or anything. But
I would, if I'm a betting man, I bet you that's not a player. But
yeah,
hopefully,
hey, can you just show up in your full NHL gear and sit in this room and play?
Yeah, for 5 seconds. Also, you got to imagine if it was a player, they probably want to showcase him more because they're huge. They're diehard Buffalo residents. They're probably like, we got a fucking player in the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the fast nature of the song. The like I said before, the obvious punk influence on everything going on there and this and that. Just a great song, and based off the sweet dick in the video, you can really tell why it got me back into their music.
Yeah. For me, it was the butt at the end with all the white stuff on it. But, hey.
Yeah.
I always
edit out just to be safe, I might edit out the butt.
I'll just explain in detail what it looked like then. Just imagine.
It was a nice, soft white butt. Nice and round.
It's a pretty flat butt.
Yeah, but it looked like it had good recoil. Like when the pie hit it, the jiggle was solid.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I say a solid 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, one butt. Everyone knows the rule. Yeah.
Give me a bite.
Did I ever tell you my beef with those videos?
Yeah. No.
Why he always says one bite. Everyone knows the rules, and then he takes minimum 3 bites.
I'm like, hey, that's more. I remember like 4 videos in, I was like, wait a minute, he never just takes one bite.
Why does he every time though? He
says one. Say that. Why is that the rule?
Also, one bite is not a good enough amount of bites to grade the pizza.
Yeah, unless you're hitting crust, but then you got to get the perfect crust to toppings ratio. But there's a lot of sauce lining that we've seen it before. You know?
I'm just saying, call it minimum 3 bite.
Yeah. Say, hey, I'm about to eat half a slice of pizza to then give a review, and then I'll finish my pizza. What's so hard about saying that?
Well, and the funny part is, it's like he labels it as something that would not be sufficient enough pizza to eat to give it a proper review.
Right.
But then he eats enough pizza to give it a proper review. So why are you misrepresenting it, David?
Yeah, David, please.
David,
If anything, please.
I enjoy your work, but the name of your pizza review confuses me. All right.
You take more than one. Just
this next song is about that bit, Overstayer. we overstayed in that bit. That. Hey man, I may not be funny every time, but what I'm good at is hating myself. This next song is called Overstayer.
Ew.
I should have chosen this fun with the rest. I had the chance to go pitiless and proud. My man was under the face of earth, the sun, the dance. Yeah, I should have gone with it. I lost, I'm standing alone in the waves. Now I have lost all sight of the rain. When did I say that I want to be saved? Everything from love, but no one's the same. One new road has been taken. Go on! Go on! Go on! Go on! How am I gonna get down? I want to slow down, run from the drugs. I want a piece today, yeah. Just like Joe said. I want the happiest heart. I have eaten my way to war. I can see only what I'm shown of you.
I feel like we're gonna say this a lot during this review, but it is really hard to, dude. We're just gonna sound okay. Everyone watching and listening, from this point on, we will be reviewing with fully erect cocks in our mouth, because that's how you need to know that, so you can deal with the absolute dick riding that's going to come out of my mouth for the rest of this fucking review.
Yeah.
And just know I have lodged the dick fully into the back of my throat, so you know I'm speaking genuinely and not just trying.
You're getting the deep down the bile. You're getting the deep down bile coming up, going like that's what you're getting. You're getting from the heart, but not even further down from the heart, the stomach.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is a reference from a man with a severe porn addiction. So you know he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. I brought you there.
But no, so I just want you guys to know I have metaphorically lodged it severely deep into my throat. So you know everything I say after this point is genuine. And it's just like, it's hard to say anything. I realized this when I was streaming a lot. And a lot of times when I would stream video games, I tried to be funny and doing with it. What the fuck? Sorry, the dick. I have that dick in my throat. Yeah. But I'd always try to be funny while streaming. And I remember one time I tried to stream GTA 5. I think that was the one. Yeah, I tried streaming GTA 5. The game is genuinely very funny, and I realized it's actually hard to be funny on top of something that's already funny like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is what's going on with me right now, where like I'm trying to like talk about and review it, and I'm just like, I'm turning into what's his face from remember the SNL sketch from Chris Farley? I apologize, rest in peace. Didn't mean to call you what's your face. I'm just fucking stupid. But it's like in that fucking Joe Schmo all deady and shit.
Yeah,
When he was doing the SNL sketch with Paul McCartney, where he was like, it's just, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's how I feel right now, listening to the music, being like, man, that song was so fucking cool. I honestly just want to stop this and just like, I'm sitting here being like, oh, I just want to listen to this. Oh wait, I have to comment on it.
Yeah, I want to know if like I obviously there was troubles in the band after 2 albums after this. What, like 7 years after this was put out? They put out Radical, and then they broke up not long after that. But like there's a like, it's a weird thing of like, if they were artistically filled by these albums, which I would assume they are. I mean, they're putting them out. Like you said, no band really loves, like every band's going to be like, oh, our last album wasn't that great. This one's great. This next one, this is going to be the one. But like there's very rarely where they're like, an artist will put shit out that like, I'm like, I love this fully. Like, even Every Time I Die, again, like those last 2 albums were rough for me. Like that was me going like, I did not love this shit. So like the like when it's like, but when it matches perfectly, you're like, I'm sorry I ever doubted you. You know what I mean? In this song,
you guys just had to figure your shit out. My fault.
In this song in particular, I it's like they tricked me, because like I go, oh, they lost the prairie dog streak, because I was like, oh, they started getting soft. Here's a little soft part, and then the way the like that distorted bass starts cutting through the soft like melodic parts, and it just starts punching in, and the heavy, like the heaviness kind of just jams back in. It's so fucking impressive the way that they're putting themselves out on this album. This feels like a reopening of a band. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, they've it's not often that like they can, it's weird that you can still listen to early, like Last Night in Town and this album, and realistically they're completely different. But then you're listening to them and you're like, I could totally, I totally hear it. I know, I hear. Yeah,
you're like, when you
remember, when
you hear Parts Unknown, you can still hear tidbits of Last Night in Town in it. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. It's like but then like how they've added to it.
Can I something? Fuck, I forget what you were saying earlier.
I was saying cuts through the soft part, goes in, punches through.
Oh yeah, I like that soft part. That song, I forgot how good that song was. Like I said, I haven't listened to this. Yeah. No, it's all good. It might come back. If not, it's just lost to the world.
Yeah. At least you have that thing in your throat.
Yeah, at least I have that there. And I'm going to need it because we have a whole rest of the album. Do I have the thought left? Okay. Maybe it might pop back. No. I just you said something really good earlier, and I wanted to piggyback on it because it was just making me feel good. All right, let's keep it moving. Hopefully I remember that thing. This next one, if there is room to move, things move.
Nobody
There we go. If there's room to move, things move. I remember what I was gonna say because you were talking about when things started to sort of go wrong and there started to be tension in the band.
Yeah.
It made me think. I was like, because I was trying to do the math because I remember they were saying after they broke up, some of the members were saying that this had been going on for I remember hearing 3 years. It could have been longer than that. And if you think about it, this album came out in 2014.
Yep.
And now they could say 3 years, but maybe it's a little bit. And I'm like, yo, that would be crazy if when they're really getting into their motherfucker phase, is that when they started to hate each other?
Right. Like that. I wonder if this is all spite music. I mean, it's incredibly beautiful spite music, but this might be like I don't know. This might be like, because to me, okay, so the weirdest thing, this is a fucking, all right, here we go. Every Time I Die fan, this is why we're doing the reviews right here. This is what it is. Cause I've thought about this is like, there is, to me, like these albums are when they stop overthinking shit and they really just truly like, and this is just my assumptions, obviously, but this is like, and they stop.
Buddy, let me cut you off. Fucking assume.
But they're stripping themselves of their identity in the band, right? And they start seeking other avenues, such as wrestling, such as writing and directing and shit, like, which they probably would have done anyway. But the band is becoming so uniform and just fucking tight and just perfect and great and angry and like all, and it's becoming not a perfect, obviously, but an outlet for them. This is the outlet, not the side projects anymore. This is the outlet. And when you have true, like, talented artists that don't feel like they're being represented in that art, they're going to try to find representation elsewhere, and they're going to hate this because this feels like this is now just a job. But they're so talented that they're just like, let's fucking get this over with. And like, it's just like, whoa, this is because The Shape of Punk to Come was written like and being recorded after the band decided that they were going to break up. They're like, we're going to do this, and then, like, if this doesn't really go, then we're done. But like, they were like, we're done. And like, and it's one of not only my favorite, but it's like one of the most influential albums of all time. I wonder, and that's deep. I know that's deep.
No, I think there's something to that where, cause like, I know for me, there's this element of like, I love comedy and podcasting, but like at the same time, there's another part of me goes, well, like, you've been doing it for so long. You gotta like, you can't just stop doing it. You know what I mean? And now me not doing it I'm not saying I'm thinking about quitting or anything like that, but you're almost saying it's like, I'm not gonna, but it's also not an option anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Too far. I'm gone too far.
So because of, exactly. I'm too deep. Deep. I can't, not that I want to, but I can't turn back now.
Right.
I'm too deep into it.
Right.
And so, no, there's something to what you're saying, because, and that once that moment happens, it categorizes it as something slightly different in your head.
An obligation. Like almost an obligation of not work. You do love it, but like, I like, no matter what, I love editing. I love producing things, but like when it's like, Pat, you got to do this. You have a time. It's just like, I'll put it off until like the very last minute, because then I got to find something like challenging about it, because if it's not, do you know what I'm saying? Like it's a weird thing.
No,
so
I 100% know what you're getting at.
I wonder if they're like, we got to make this challenge. Like, what do we want to do? Like, just play something that would be impossible to do live.
Well, and there is something. Let's write.
Like, it's just like, all right, guys.
Yeah, let's write some music that we're completely gonna regret when it comes to the live show.
And we're touring nonstop. You know what I mean? Yeah.
There is something too where it's like I know for me when I'm doing comedy, there is this sweet spot in between not giving a fuck but also respecting the moment. Because if I go up to this day, and I've gotten today compared to when I first started, I'm substantially better. I would venture to say I'm pretty good at it.
Huh? Oh, could you see?
But no, for real though, like I would venture to say like I'm pretty good at doing comedy. I know how to get the job done. You know what I mean? I know what you're supposed to do to get results. Blah blah blah. Whatever the fuck. Whether it's good or bad or you like it or whatever.
Right.
I know how to do the job. But at the same time, if I go into it being like, it's gonna be great. It's me. I'm gonna do a great job. Obviously, I know how to. I'm gonna like the universe hears that and goes, all right, copy. He's bombing tonight.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, you gotta like respect the moment, but you also have to have like, for me at least, it's funny. A lot of dudes thrive off of when they go to do, say, at art or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes thrive off of like nerves, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna get hyped and do. Yeah. I thrive off of like just being relaxed, and I like a lot of times if I have the mindset of like, hey man, let's just have fun, let's do a good job. Like that's where I put myself. I go, let's do a good job. When you're like, I'm gonna get these motherfuckers. I'm gonna like, if I do that in my head, it's not gonna go well. I'll probably come off too aggressive or whatever. So like, I have to find this sweet spot where I don't get too arrogant, but I'm also like relaxed and stuff. And so yeah, I could see. I don't know. Sorry, I've been talking for a while. But no, I could sort of see that with this shit with Every Time I Die, where it's like, okay, we've been doing it for a while. We know how to make an album, but also we have to kind of respect the process. Because if you don't respect the process, you're gonna miss some shit and put out some dog shit.
Yeah.
And it's like coming through. And then with the fact that it's like they're pretty established, like you said, they're all making money and other shit. So while being in I was just talking to someone about this. Oh yeah, when I was at the stand the other night, shout out Joe McAndrews and Brian St. James. We were St. John, Brian St. John. I love that guy and I fucked his fucking name up. But no, shout out Joe and Brian. We were having a long talk about like hardcore bands and stuff like that, and we ended up talking about Every Time I Die at one point because of our, deep research on here. They were asking me like what the fuck happened. I'm like, let me tell you what the fuck happened. And
he starts taking baths, okay?
Well, someone made the point where they were like, do you think they were living off the band? And I was like, they were definitely living off the band.
Yeah.
Now, did it?
They probably still are, by the way. I bet they still are. Like, look at your fucking chest right now.
Yeah, maybe. Depending on how often they sell T-shirts and shit, because that's what I've gathered is like most bands do the best on merch sales and stuff. But regardless, it's like I don't know if the band's making them rich, but I venture to say like they're definitely living off the band. But so also at the same time though, they probably were like, we're getting older, we want nicer things, and they're all digging into their other passions and shit. So everyone, like you said, everyone in the band probably has other shit going on financially. And then because, bro, they've been doing this album came out in 2014. They've been doing this band for 14 years at this point. Probably, longer than that. Probably 15, 16 years. They've been doing it for like 16 years. It's this thing where you're like, okay, I love it. I love playing music, but also I want to try a new thing. That's why Andy got into wrestling. That's probably why Jordan got way heavier into his art. Keith's writing more and shit like that. I don't know what the drummer and bassist do, but shit like that. Like, so
the drummer and bassist, I believe they're named, they're replaceables, or what was it? What was he?
No, I'm pretty sure. Did you ever see the meme of New York from, what was the show? Flavor of Love. Remember that Queen New York?
Yeah.
There's that meme where she's there's that meme where she's just sitting on a bed. That's what they do. When the band's not playing, the drummer and bassist just wait.
Yeah, they just sit there and wait because or whoever is hired at the time. I really feel like they just kind of switch, like you said, that by this point that's just it's just a barn door, dude. They don't fucking it's just wide open. They just got people walking in and out. But it's just incredible that and this is obviously it's purely speculation, but it's like, that's what it feels like is they know what they're doing here. They know who they are. this doesn't, like, again, we talked about the other albums feeling kind of like a push to try to be more mainstream or more marketable, or whatever it was. Like we said, X Lives was their commercially the best hit or something like that, or was the best selling. But
X Lives happened to be their best selling album, but I think, going back to the commercial conversation, that run of Gutter Phenomenon, Big Dirty, New Junk Aesthetic was a much more obvious. Like, we saw the videos from X Lives. They're not trying to go mainstream with those.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But that run of Gutter Phenomenon to New Junk, that was a much more obvious attempt to, let's try to maybe break out into a more of a mainstream area.
But this feels more genuine. This does feel like more genuine.
Yeah.
And it's a good version of early Every Time I Die, like revisiting that, fine-tuned, perfectly dialed in, like wonderful. And by the way, I just want to point out for my official notes on this written down, including the name, I'd say this is a top 5 Pit song of all time. Because how else better can you get the fucking crowd moving than saying this one? And I want everybody to know, if it can move, what is it again? if there's space, you can move stuff. So let's move.
Nailed it. No, it's if there's room to move, things move.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't give a shit if there's room.
You could be like, you could almost, before you start playing this, you could just be like, this isn't just a song, it's a fucking order. And then
you know what I'm saying? Like it just works well. It's like it's top to bottom, perfect, ready to go. And who doesn't want to move to this? And who doesn't want to punch someone?
I want to do all those things.
Let's do that. Still hard, baby. Let's go.
All right, let's listen to the next song. I believe it's pronounced Moor, Moor.
Cool.
Pay no mind to the stranger in the 4 a.m. He's not the one we know, and he knows. I slept through the war you waged with him for a little bit, until he cracked your bones, and you had to let go. So I make believe I'll discover peace, but I'll skin the man alive and sell the meat. I'll wait in the dirt where he left your blood. If he returns for it, I can make it right for good. Oh, how I wish you would. Lost you in the overflowing flood.
There we go. Good good middle of the album song, More. I know for me when I listen to this album, I don't necessarily hit this one up, but
Really?
on but I will say, like, because for me, on the more casual listening, I'm hitting up like the faster, heavier, more chaotic songs. But on a front to back album listen, this is a nice, like, this is a good track 6. I'm looking at it right now. This is track 6. This is a solid. We've said it a bunch before. Track 6 is usually where they sort of, it's like a let up song where they kind of it's a more toned down song where they're changing the mood and shit like that. And this to me is a very solid track 6. I like the introduction of the piano to sort of change the tone, but
Yeah.
keep the general Every Time I Die flavor. It's good.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about it?
Dude, this is one of my all-time favorite songs by them. This is
Really?
like, yeah, absolutely. This is like to me, the anticipation to the payoff ratio is so satisfying. It's just so like they have. I think this is the one that I always think about when I thought it was on. I think they have a song similar to this on Low Teens. Maybe I'm getting them mixed up, but this one, this is a song of Every Time I Dies that stands out. I will never say that it's a great song to sell Every Time I Die to somebody with. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not a good representation of who they are. And I think you're right. There's a level of cool down of like, we're not going to be going this whole time, but like, it still fucking rocks. You know what I mean? Like, it fucking rocks.
It's weird for me because, like,
it's dork.
A song like this isn't, like you were saying, it's not the song you play for someone to go, this is what Every Time I Die sounds like.
Yeah, let's crack a beer and listen to Every Time I Die. It's not like, this is not the one. This is not barbecue playlist Every Time I Die.
Yeah, it's not indicative of what their general sound is. So to me, stuff like this is kind of like bonus content, where it's like you don't even grade it on the same scale you would for the you don't even grade it on the same scale you would for the average Every Time I Die song. It's like you talk about these ones, and then we talk about More and other songs like that that are sort of the bonus content of the band.
I'll say that, like, that's a great way to describe this song. This sounds like a bonus track that they listen to the fans who are like, okay, you voted all of our B-sides. This is the going on the album. It doesn't not fit on the album. It fits in the theme somehow still. It's fucking brutal. It fucking rocks. And it's also when he hits that, when the both guitars come in and they start hitting that harmony and he hits that really beautiful, I don't know the words exact, but he hit, like, the way his voice like, I don't know, extends. I don't know how to even say it. Like, it's like,
At what part?
It's right when like the like, and it starts going into like
when he starts to get into that scream and everything.
But the scream into the sing, like, I don't know if, like, can we just play that part? Can we play that back? I don't know if this fucks up the rotation. It's like right when the song, like, it starts like marching. I
got it, buddy.
Sorry.
I see what you're saying.
I don't voice right there going back.
Yeah. I don't know what the term would be, but yeah, just going back and forth because that's not necessarily the easiest thing to do for everyone,
right?
To go back and forth vocally.
And there's still that, I'm sorry. There's that thing where I was saying earlier, like, this album feels like, let's make every one of these songs like hard or challenging for most, if not all of us, to play live. Like,
you want to hear something interesting?
Yes.
When we were listening to that, I was reading through their Wikipedia just out of curiosity if there was any tidbits I could get, and I found a few tidbits.
Hey, did you
but apparently this was produced by the guitarist of Converge, Kurt Billow.
I did write that down.
Yeah, and no, it was interesting. Oh, okay, thank you. I wanted the evidence. I don't believe you until you show me.
I got it. Pixar didn't happen. I know.
But no, there's this quote from Jordan that kind of goes to what you were saying earlier, where he's like, because they were in the studio with Kurt from Converge. He goes, they said we went into recording thinking, let's not pretend to be cool. We can learn so much from him. And it's kind of like a little bit off of what you were saying earlier, where it was like, they were kind of like, let's just be ourselves and not try to be anything but that.
Yeah. And dude, and like it fucking shows, dude. I am loving Kurt's work so far, and bravo, boys. You're doing great.
And then there's this other part where it said below challenged the band to push themselves to make heavy but catchy songs.
Yeah. Dude, like even the single is like it rips. And it's to me, that is way better. Like, I know everybody's like, oh, Werewolf is really great from Big Dirty. And it is. It's great. But the what was the third track again? The video for that one, Decaying with the Boys.
Yeah.
Is, to me, that's way better than Werewolf. I think that's probably what they wanted to do with Werewolf. You know what I mean?
That's I'd love to talk to who your everybody is, because that's it's a substantially better song.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like, that's what we wanted to do. This is what we were talking about. Like it feels like a way better representation. You know,
Werewolf's not a bad song though. It's very fun, but this one is
it's a better version of it.
Steps above. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the fuck who said that? Who the fuck is everybody?
It's not bullshit. Do you know what I'm saying? All right.
There we go. And I forgot to say the title of the song, Exometrium. This reminded me, there was a thing, I wanted to point this out earlier, and I forgot to, and then this song had a big display of that, and this kind of goes back to the way that this is a much more refined, like a much more fine-tuned Chaotic, where a lot of times, I don't know if you notice it, but it's like everything they're doing so intentional to the point where like the drum, and I don't know if you could have kind of like a guitar fill, but it's almost like they're playing the riff, and when the drummer hits the fill at the end, the guitar's also doing a fill of similar rhythm and shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's syncopated up to the point where the drummer, like the drum fills are going along with the guitar.
They're dialed in for sure.
Yeah, and the other thing that really stuck out, and this song made me think of it too, is there's a very distinct tone to the Every Time I Die guitar, and you can hear it throughout their career. I think the most, because it's funny, it's like the tone that they have and the way that the two guitars play off each other, like on Last Night in Town, it's very distinct, but even throughout all the other records, you can still kind of hear it. And now this, it still has that tone, but they've made their guitars, like they really figured out how to make the guitars sound, I don't know, have this much like a brightness to it.
Yeah.
That you haven't really heard on any of the other albums.
Yeah, I think there's like there is a weird synchronicity. Like they are, like I said, they're dialed in on this one. And I feel like it's like because of these next few albums, like the From Parts Unknown, Low Teens, Radical, like the way they're dialed in and how they play and how perfect it is, it's like it almost feels like from now on, whether Jordan or Andy are playing guitar anywhere, the other one is playing the same thing but in a lower or different octave. Do you know what I mean? Like, because it's just that fucking perfect. Because in this song in particular, like there's so many different fun elements to it, like you said, like the fills with the drums and stuff like that matching with the guitar. There's also lots of things where the drum did a thing where a guitar would do, where like a little stutter, like it would do this little double bass stutter at the end of a thing, where like they're not doing that with anybody. It's just the bass player or the drummer just going just at the end of the thing, just to show off. Everybody, it feels like this. I feel like this song in particular is a show off song. Everybody's fucking peacocking. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Everybody's
It's just razzle dazzle from start to finish.
Like this is the one that and it's funny that I get that I'm coming to that realization as I'm re-listening to it now, because every time the song starts, it literally gets me going fucking like this. I just fucking that's a little peacock dance. Fucking like,
yeah. You do a little grooving. I see it in you.
This fucking song grooves like, I mean, I'm still rock hard. How about you? Let me see.
Yeah, I'll show it to you.
Wave around for everybody.
Check your cell phone. I'll show it to you. All right, let's listen to the next one. We got another video. I don't believe there's any peepees, but I will be on standby to... All right, this is Thirst. Oh my God! Oh yeah, to be continued.
Look at that.
That
It's
last
all
part was
connected.
loud. That last part was loud and scared me.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's what they did before the party. Do you want to, Pat? Do you want to leave our wives and do that?
Dude, you want to see what I wrote?
What?
No, I said, where did they get the exact footage of us, what we do to a T? Dude, tell me this is not me and you in Austin.
Oh, dude,
To a T.
dude, this would be me if I met Steph like later in life. That would have been me and someone else for like a year or two
At first,
in fucking PA. What?
at first, so like at first I thought the video was, oh, I found this flyer, and then I thought he goes to the address, and then the flyer was like, hey, Every Time I Die fans, come over and hang out. And it was just like the guy going like, yeah, let's party, and then them just partying, playing Every Time I Die, hanging out. And then I was like, oh yeah, they're going to an Every Time I Die show from before. This has been a roller coaster. This is a great
One of the best stories of my lifetime.
I mean, this is exactly what would happen to us. We would party way too hard, getting excited for the show. Only with ours, it would be either we'd have heartburn or we'd be too sleepy to leave.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
oh, party too hard.
we'd have too much pizza and get too sleepy. Yeah, man, fun song too. Good, nice, quick little punk song. I think it was like a minute long because there was that intro and stuff, and the video says like a minute 49, so it was probably like a minute and a half at the longest.
As they were,
Those are fun. Those are very fun songs. Like, actually, sorry, I did a lot of listening to Gallows. That's why I bring them up constantly. But dude, like, we've talked about what is it? Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, do you agree with you?
What?
I agree with me.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I just wanted to showcase the beauty of the quick song.
Uh huh.
Wait, here we go.
It's like,
Yes, it looks like a snake. When it moves like a snake. Yes, it bites like a snake. And all the world knows it's a snake. True colors shining through you. True colors shining through. True colors shining through you. True colors shining through. Like the 4th of July. Like the 4th of July. Like the 4th of July. Like the 4th of July.
Yeah, man.
hey,
Just like a quick verse, chorus, post chorus later, dickheads.
that was wonderful. But also, when did that come out in relation to this album? Because that feels like that feels very similar.
To what? Are
Who
you
stole?
talking about X Lives?
Yeah, no, this one,
This song?
this album, this song to this album. Like, when did that song come out? The Gallows song.
Man. It said 12 years ago, which this came out 9 years ago. You thought they sounded the same?
I think.
Interesting. I don't really hear it, but
Not to sound like Dane Cook or anything, but it's got this essence. You know what I mean? But it's in the same but like where I was like, man, it's like they're it's not doing the other things that Every Time I Die does, or what Gallows do. I don't know. By the way, I didn't know Gallows wrote songs like that. That's pretty fucking awesome. I'm gonna check them out more.
yeah. Yeah,
I just knew the British guy.
they're the best punk band to ever exist. There's a reason I talk about them too much.
I just thought you liked that one album or something like that. You know, the Belly of the Shack or whatever. So fucking cold, so fucking dark. I was just like, really? You like them the most? Okay, they're pretty good. Hey, I like No Effects. What am I talking about?
All right, I don't think I can have a level-headed conversation about this.
Do you want to fight now? We can fight.
Oh, you thought just that album? Fucking,
Yeah.
what's wrong with that
I didn't know
album?
they did other albums after that.
Oh my god, you son of a bitch!
I was like,
I
why'd they make
forget.
a flag? Where'd they come up with that logo there?
I forgot. You didn't like when you don't like when punk bands write a fourth song.
I like American bands personally, but I mean, if you want to go over the seas for all your fucking, I go homegrown here, bud.
Here's
Buffalo,
what I do. Here's what I do.
New York City. Huh?
I got a liking to the good shit, so I don't care where the fuck it is.
All right.
I also like
the last show, guys. This is the last show we're ever doing. This is what breaks us up.
It's not the last show, Pat. You just have to take back everything you said.
Oh, okay. This is the last show.
No, I got triggered when you were like, whatever you said about their first album.
It's so fucking dark.
Yeah, well, you were like, I thought you just like that horse shit. I was like, I'll kill you right now, you piece of shit.
I honestly thought, I was like, oh, Gallows is all right, but it's because I've only heard one Gallows album, and I'm just like, yeah, I guess.
And that's where I got triggered, because in my head I go, that album's also fucking amazing, you piece of shit.
It's a good album.
It's pretty good. No, I get it. Pet, when a band has a fifth song, you don't like it.
As long as they have only 4 shirts, you know that.
Yeah, you don't get my joke.
No, I don't.
I don't feel like I'm saying all NoFX songs sound the same. That's the joke.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they do. But that was my joke. I say that I know NoFX sucks because they do. I know that.
No, I love NoFX. It was just a joke to hurt you.
Don't do that.
But
Don't
you were wrong.
Not here. Don't do that here. You can do that on the regular show. Don't do that here.
You were wrong about Gals. I'll accept your apology and writing on my desk tomorrow.
Hold on, let me start writing it right now.
All right. Let's keep it moving. This next Every Time I Die song. Is that you writing? You have to say it out loud.
Say it out loud. I don't know how to say fuck without saying it out. Wait, damn it. I gave it away.
All right. This one is Old Light.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. Old Light by Every Time I Die. It was so I was reading on the Wikipedia and I had a good laugh because I don't ever do you like ever look up the features and the producer and all that? I never look up that shit ever. I just kind of listen to the music, and if that information happens to get to me in an interview, so be it. But like I've listened to that song so many times, and I just every time I listen to it, well, I forget if that was like the pre-chorus or the chorus, but I was like, why does it just sound like a fucking Bruce Springsteen song?
Yeah.
Well, would you look? It's the fucking guy from Gaslight Anthem. Fucking the Bruce Springsteen punk band. I was like, oh, and this is actually major props now to Every Time I Die, and the features that they pick is because earlier, which song was it? Earlier on, the second song, Pelican of the Desert, nailed it that time. It was a gentleman, Sean Ingram of Coalesce, which I've heard of them. I've never listened to them though. And it's happened before, like when Gerard Way was on Kill the Music. They pick these people that sometimes you don't notice it if you're not trying to listen for it. You don't notice it if you're not trying to like actively hear it. And they actually pick people that pair up very well with the already established sound. And that was one. This was the first day I realized that wasn't Keith singing, because he just it fits so well in the song.
Yeah, that's what I do. I feel like whenever I hear it, and I'm just like, I don't mean this to sound demeaning or anything like that, but when it sounds like a heightened version vocals, I'm like, there's definitely something there, and it's not just a filter, because it sounded like, I was like, but it could also be because by this point, by this album, Keith's clean vocal range and clean vocal techniques have matured so well that like,
oh, is that what you mean by heightened? Like when because
I'm like, there's something here, and I'm like, but I'm not going to put it past. So I actually wrote down guest vocalist, or was Keith's vocals layered, because I knew you were going to look it up because you were thinking the same thing. Because I'm like, unless I'm like sitting here thinking like I'm hearing another vocal where I'm like, that doesn't sound like Keith. But I would never put it past Keith to be able to hit that range.
Yeah.
So like he's always working for different, he has like such personality in his voice that it's like, it just sounds, because like I said, like you said, it just sounds so different. And you're like, it sounds not like
not like Keith,
not abrupt or not like disruptive of the song, but it just sounds like it doesn't fit with the band.
Yeah,
and it obviously doesn't, because it's a guest vocal. It doesn't sound bad, it just sounds like, what's going on here? Because there's something happening. Is it weird layered vocals that you're hitting these different octaves, or is it this? It's a completely different person. But it is, it's also cool too that they have, that also speaks to what we were talking about earlier of like friendships in bands. These are probably people they've met through touring and shows and all the shit over the years, that they were like, oh, like, and kudos to them for being like, oh, this person would be great for this. Or maybe even the producer. Maybe the producer was like, oh, I know exactly.
Whoever did it had such a good ear for who would make sense in it.
Perfect ear. Like you said, like where it's almost seamless to where like, why does this sound like a heightened version of their vocals? Oh, it's because it's a vocal that complements the song and the band so well.
Yeah, 100%. All right, let's keep it moving.
Keep it going, everyone.
I didn't say it like that. That is not a comparable vocal to this mood right now, Pat. Would have gotten
play the next song.
That was a good fucking save, dude, because you would have gotten fired from this album. All right, all structures are unstable.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Hell yeah. I like that one. It didn't have like a traditional song structure. It made me realize a lot of these songs are fast as shit. And they were doing that blast beat or whatever you want to call it, blast beat, speed punk, whatever the fuck. They were doing that for a while, and they're just ending with like, just like some hard rocking part. I like it because it really said we got our own song structure. We don't give a fuck about your shit.
Tell me how to live. Like it just has
exactly.
I thought the name and some of the lyrics may be speaking to our theory that this might be the beginning of the end album.
All right.
So like all structures are unstable or unstable, right?
Yeah.
It could be the band. There's something about, there's too much poison in this glass to toast. Well,
okay.
I can't celebrate with these people because I don't trust them.
Okay, so I was gonna say on all structures are unstable. I am thinking like Keith has been dark pessimist, or he's been a dark pessimistic motherfucker the whole time. So I was like, I don't know about that one. You could put that on any album and it would make sense. But then the thing you were saying about toasting and there's poison in the glass, that's an interesting line.
You know what I mean? Like that's when it sticks out to me, and I'm dumb as fuck and can't understand words most times.
And ugly.
Yeah. What? Okay. You don't have to. That's
what. I thought it applied.
All right.
Yeah. Little dick.
Yes. Well, look, it's not a list that I don't think Keith is
making. Flat ass.
I've got it's all right ass. That's okay.
Feet that are weirdly small compared to the rest of your body. It's
fine.
Noticeable.
They hurt a little bit sometimes, and I might be diabetic maybe one day, but like as of right now, I got all my feet.
4 fucking eyes. What?
Keith likes this. He wears this.
Twice as many eyes as I have. I'm jealous.
Many, you would say, maybe? Many eyes do I have?
Say a couple.
Why did I say it like Yoda? Many eyes do I have?
Take bath, I do.
But I feel like this could be the precursor that we were talking about of this kind of thing of like, I kind of fucking hate these guys.
Maybe.
You know?
Maybe. Yeah, there's always I know that happened with what the fuck was it?
Gallows, probably.
No, with really good band. They have more. They would have that. You know,
there was that one album they had
more so than. Well, that album actually had the most lyrical.
That
had like the most lyrical foreshadowing ever. Way more than NoFX did.
Fucking dark.
Yeah, that's a good song. That's probably why you're singing it.
I love it. It's stuck in my head after all these years. Exactly. After they only released that one album that one time, fucking 20 some odd years ago.
Well, I have something. I have to call up Tony Gallows because their self-titled isn't on Spotify anymore. Oh. It's not on the internet.
And you don't own it?
Oh. Yeah. This day and it. Maybe I could.
Yourself a fan, huh?
What?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. I thought you're just a number one fan. You got the flag and everything.
Well, I'm not up to date on the availability of albums.
I have all the members of NoFX's social security numbers. Okay, and you call yourself a fan?
All right, I can get it off of their Bandcamp. Anyway, what were you saying, nerd?
I got nothing. I was just wondering what the next.
Wait, did you say you have all the NoFX members? You're like,
no.
I have strategic tree houses and wait.
I know where their kids go to school. Okay,
I have strategic. I have.
What if you're like admitting stalking shit, but like you as a real fan, like, oh yeah, well, I have had their toothbrush in my mouth. Okay, they left on vacation and I put it in my mouth. Okay.
Yeah, well, I've been poisoning their food this time for a while, and their guitarist thinks that he's sterile. He's not. I've just been ruining the test results.
Right. I've been because I don't want anything to possibly become between us and our friendship.
Yeah. You're just the puppet master of NoFX. Just constantly doing shit to fucking Truman Show their lives.
Yeah, and then like eventually they're gonna quit, and then they're gonna all invite me to live with them, and then that'll be, it's just nice to feel wanted.
Hell yeah! Hey, don't take my lack of
eye contact.
Eye contact personal. I have severe autism. I've been noticing I do it a lot. It helps me feel better though. That's why I think I have autism. I
Is your
feel
monitor
better.
down here?
What?
Is your monitor? Am I here? Like I'm down here. You're looking at me right now.
You're directly in front of me.
Oh, me too. Yeah. So
And
okay.
there's I'm
Like you are
actually
looking away from me. Okay.
I'm
yeah.
actually watching Joe Rogan.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Sounds off though. That's respectful. So I appreciate that.
It's a super complex setup. I can still hear it and hear you.
Okay, so that's why most of the stuff is not registering with you when I say that.
Yeah, it lines up oddly well though.
Maybe my wife's just listening to Joe Rogan all the time.
That'd be so funny. Sorry, he's talking to a painter.
He's really talented. I can't pronounce his name, and I'll never remember anything he says after this, but this is the greatest fucking episode I've ever heard in my life.
Joe can't understand how you would have a day job. Anyway, I'm going to go back to listening to him talking to this bow hunter.
This bow hunter.
That would always be my favorite thing.
Bow hunter, where you're like, what? There's a professional bow hunter?
That's not a real job.
Job.
I love Joe Rogan. Like, I will irrationally defend him when people start shitting on him. But my favorite is when you're in the middle of a Joe Rogan and you'll randomly catch a stray, and he'll basically go on this rant of just like, yeah, if having a day job, you should fucking kill yourself, dude. That's crazy. How could you do that? And you're like, all right, Joe. All right,
Joe.
I'm at that. I'm at that right now. You're getting me through my day. Please stop pointing out how horrific it is.
Most of your audience, brother. What's going on? We're pretty blue collar guys out here.
That shit always makes me laugh. But yeah, Rogan rules. I'll defend him. All right, let's keep it moving.
What if you just brought up a Joe Rogan episode instead of that wrestling album?
Pat, did you see the Quentin Tarantino one? Did you see it?
Have you seen the N-word supercut? Let's just go over some of his great stuff.
Yo, actually, the Tarantino one does rule because he spends about 30 minutes being like, Bruce Lee, kind of a pussy. It's so funny. And I love the Tarantino episode so much because that is my favorite thing in the world is when someone goes, hey, you know this beloved thing? It actually sucks ass. And then he breaks down why it actually sucks ass. And then you're like, oh shit, he was right. That shit sucks.
You know what's funny? I had no idea that Quentin Tarantino went over that. I have a theory about Bruce Lee as well, that about him being a pussy, but it's just a theory. I don't have any facts.
Well, yeah, it was just basically him being like, he's a pussy and he was a dick.
Yeah, I don't think I would assume that too, but
yeah. All right. Anyway, the thing we came here to do. Let's listen to some more Every Time I Die. This is El Dorado. I gotta say, Epitaph, the sound volume is inconsistent.
yeah,
it's either blowing my goddamn ears out or quiet as fuck.
Yeah. I don't understand what this is like, because even anticipating some of these songs, some of them I'm like, whoa, and I'm just like, it's not supposed to be like that. And then the other ones I'm like, oh, that's a little punchier than you. Like, what the fuck's going on? Like,
come on, Epitaph.
Guys,
I know they're 9 years old, but there's no excuse.
Get your mix right.
There we go. El Dorado. Oh, they broke your rule, Patrick. Oh my God.
You're almost perfect. You almost had a fucking shutout, guys. What's going on here? Your first strike, you fucking fools. What's with the fade
my
out?
God. Oh my God. What a bunch of
God damn, we're doing
jokers.
so well. This is why we can't heal as a fan base.
as a fan base in a society.
You continue to fade out your fucking songs.
The shit at the end actually made me laugh because I was thinking about I could hear it in the drums. They were more I'm pretty sure he was more jamming out more than anything at the end. And it makes you think, you're like, I don't know, it's probably more fun for him as a drummer, like listening back. But I just sit there and like things that pop out to me, I go, it's cool when, because like this music is great and it's cool to encapsulate these like well thought out sounds, but also at the same time to know that it's just the moment that we heard was just what he happened to do at that moment.
Yeah.
And there's something cool to be like, this is how it is every time, but it could have been anything else at that moment.
Right.
I don't know. That's like I feel like that makes me sound like a dork, but
it could be any time I die.
Yes, it could. Yeah, fun. This song is really telling on the quality of this album because I would probably put this at, if we rated all the songs, and not just because of that horrendous fade out. I'm so mad, like you are,
Say
Pat.
it again. You're sending chills up my spine.
I'm angry. But no, I would put, if we were rating these songs, unless the next one's, unless the next one is a surprise for me, I would put this at the bottom of the list. That's not what.
That was such a fucking very political way to put that. Like, unless the other ones don't surprise me in any ways, this is the bottom.
Yeah, sorry. I've been listening back to the podcast and stuff, and I'm like too autistic for my own good because like when I talk, I'm a real no stones unturned with the point I'm trying to make. And I was listening back to what?
I said, don't overthink it, baby. You got it.
I will, because that's what I fucking do. Oh. And no, but I was listening back to No More Heroes, and I was laughing, going, I'm listening to myself talk, going, get to the fucking point, dude.
Well, I think, with all due respect, the most recent No More Heroes, you were jacked up on caffeine on an empty stomach. So like that was. I was
you
even
can't always hear it though.
I didn't want you to get in your own head in the moment, but I was going to be like, hey man, are you all right? But then you said something about like, I've had caffeine or something like that. And I haven't eaten anything. And I was just like, all right, I just got to let this burn off. Like,
and about 40 minutes in, I was like, even.
Yeah, you leveled off and like, but you were like, and you were starting a couple different sentences. And I was just like, oh, he's just caffeinated.
I've been listening back to the podcast. It's for my own good, but it's brutal. Yeah, I'm like my biggest critic, and I'm just like the whole time I'm like, shut up, dude.
I've been doing that with sets lately. I've been trying to get like as many different variations of like, how somebody's like, give me a 3-minute set, give me a 5-minute set. I used to just send them my
suck my dick or you won't get past.
My half-hour set. Yeah, they're just like, hey, fucking hold this in your hand and just take a picture.
Push your tits together.
They're like, oh, send me your feet.
Yeah.
But like,
we have cameras in the wall, so we caught what you did. You're at a Diddy party.
But like I'm just trying to get like tape, and so like I'm like going through and like, and they're at open mics. I'm just going to open mics and just trying to get whatever sets and stuff like that. And it's like it's just one of those things of like watching it back, even if they go well. I'm like, I stepped on that laugh. I'm just trying. You know what I mean? Like I'm like looking at myself, going like, oh, just shut up, just Pat, just let them laugh. Let them laugh for a while. Like even if you don't get all the joke, I'm like coaching myself. Like, and I'm just like, ugh.
No, I hear you. It's fucking brutal. And my problem is I'm an egomaniac, and I talk big shit in my head. And then when I listen back to the podcast, I'm like, is this your first day, you piece of shit? Anyway, let's talk about Every Time I Die. But
please hit the like button.
What'd you say?
Please hit the like button.
For the love of God. For the love of God, hit it.
Share it and tell people how cool we are and stuff.
So if I rated the songs on this album right now, I would put this at the bottom, but that is in no way saying it's a bad song. It's more indicative of how good this album is. Like this one, Yeah, it didn't have the
doesn't-
have the over the top nature of everything, but it was still just like a fucking good song.
It doesn't like, you know how I was talking about earlier how well they were flowing from the fast parts to the heavy parts, like all that stuff. This one doesn't flow as well. It almost felt like two, like it's not a bad song. It's not. It sounds actually like two songs, but they're
Yeah.
both good songs. But it's almost like bookended. They like do this part, then this song, and then they do the end part of the other song, and then the end part of the other song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. But going off of you saying it's like two songs, you know what I realized on this album? All the songs on this fucking album, there's 3 songs past 3 minutes. Most of the songs are 2 to 2.5 minutes long.
Yeah.
So listening to a 4-minute song, you're like, what is this, a rock opera?
Yeah. What are we doing here, boys? Are we ever just sleeping here tonight?
God, I can't tell you how many times I've died listening to this. Just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
But for real though, it's like it's so funny when they conditioned you to be like 2 to 2.5 minutes, and we're fucking out of here. And on it's literally 4 minutes and 18 seconds. You're like, what the fuck are they wasting their time for?
Where's this coming from? Why isn't this a bonus track, or why isn't this like a? Is
don't
this a
know.
bonus edition, or is this a?
Yeah, there's some bonuses. I got them.
I'm just saying though, like that. What's this?
Sweetie.
The other one was the right choice to bring in. This one, not the bright. Put this back on the B side, baby.
Put that on the bada.
Put that back on the B-side.
All right, one more on the regular album. This last one is called Pat.
Nice. I love that name. Wait.
From my skin I emit flashing lights. In my eyes all you find flashing lights. From my mouth every sound a warning bell. Build a room till the moon and overwhelmed. Rain of the crowd. Stop the light now. Rain of the crowd. Stop the light now.
Fuck yeah. Also, Pat, I hate to break it to you, but you got fucking pranked. The song wasn't called Pat. It was called Idiot. Got your fucking stupid ass.
I actually didn't know the name of the song until you
Yeah.
brought it up, and it really
Yeah.
upset me when I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah. Pussy. Sorry, dude. I'm having
We made a
fun.
breakthrough earlier.
Sorry, dude. I was listening to the podcast back, and this is what I was missing in my high quality podcasting.
Yeah, I don't victimize Pat enough. Yeah.
Pat, I'm next level podcasting.
This one, Andy, is not about me, unfortunately, but it is. I don't know. I can't speak to any of the members of the band necessarily, but I can assure you this album is bipolar as fuck. You know what I mean? It is all over the place. It's all over the place. That last song to this one, it's like it is like it's the levels that I feel like they're reaching or whatever, like the levels that they're touching at least in this album. Like it's I really thought of it as like the first like 5 or so songs, you're like, oh yeah, this is just gonna fucking rip the whole time. And then you're like, oh, there's some other shit in here. And then you're seeing this other stuff and you're like, I don't necessarily like that shit, but that's more shit. And then they're doing that, and it's just like it to me, it covers a lot of ground for me.
Yeah, I don't for me, I don't know if bipolar is the right word. These last two, like we were talking about how Old Light, I know with Old Light, I was making the joke, like, why does it just sound like a Springsteen song at one point? And then, yeah, no, I get it that sort of on the tail end of this album, the last 4, it does have sort of a slight shift, because the last couple definitely didn't have the utter chaos of the last 4 doesn't necessarily have the utter chaos of like the first 8, excluding more. But yeah, I don't know if bipolar is the right word.
It just feels like the shifts that it takes are so drastic from song to song, and even sometimes in songs. Like there's this weird
Sure.
like More itself, like that song is just like this beam, 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 beam. You know what I mean? Like, but it just turns into this beautiful, like if it turns into such a beautiful full song, then it gets chaotic. It's like it shifts back and forth. Like it's really
okay. I see what you're saying.
Like in songs, and also like now at the end, I'm not just saying like, oh yeah, because there's a couple of songs with clean vocals, or there's a song that's twice as long for some reason. Like it's just like a weird this song in particular is just like it kind of goes like after the last song, like it just goes in.
That's funny you say that, because I thought like Old Light and El Dorado and maybe All Structure Are Unstable, I thought those made more sense with what you're saying right now. And then this song in particular actually shifted back to what we've been hearing the whole time, kind of. Like
that's what I'm saying. It's like they're right back into it.
Oh,
like,
is that what you, okay, I missed
yeah,
what you
like,
said.
Yeah. It's like it's the fact
Wait,
that
who are you again? I don't know.
I'm Keith Buckley, and actually my bath is getting cold. Can we play the next song? Or
absolutely. Let's hop into these. Are the one of the 2 bonus tracks.
Owners,
But
this one's called Andy. I don't even know what this one's called. This one's called Andy though.
This song's actually called Super Cool Guy with Fucking Large Penis, wider than long, but still really good.
Of course, it's a bonus track. That's a long title.
Hell yeah, dude. Oh, this has a thing that makes me laugh.
Was
Wait,
it mirror? Was it a mirror?
All right, dude. You want to dance? You want to fucking dance, dude?
I wanted to make sure I got that one over the lag too.
This one is called Cheap Ludes. No, it has wait, why does it say 4 tracks? Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. This this upload. Oh wait, is this on Salem? No. Oh, that's what's going on here. These songs are from Salem, which is actually, we have time to. Here, wait a minute. I apologize, people.
Well, yeah. Also, like, I learned through my fandom of Mutoid Man about the drummer from Converge, who is the drummer for Mutoid Man, that he is from the New England area. And I believe Converge themselves are from the New England area. So if this was recorded, that means that this was recorded, I believe, from my earlier research, I think it's Salem Studios.
Yes. No. It was recorded at God City Studio in
Ben Salem, PA.
I will fucking stab you with a knife.
Salem, Oregon.
That's like whenever I'm looking up stuff about Austin in Google Maps, it'll be like, "Do you mean Austin. Do you no? There's like another one. They'll be like, "Do you mean Austin, Pennsylvania?" And you're like,
No.
I don't fucking mean Austin, PA.
What if somebody bought a house by accident there?
That'd be so funny. You bought the house,
They're like, wow, it's a lot closer than I thought on the GPS.
and then you get a call. You get a call from Pennsylvania, and they're like, "Where are you?"
Yeah. Are you gonna come get your house or not?
We're gonna
There's-
give.
There's squatters here.
We're
You better
gonna
hurry
give
up.
it to. We're gonna give it to some squatters if you don't get over here.
So are you saying that there is a more deluxe album out there than the one that we are currently imbibing, my friend?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yes.
What?
Sorry. Thank you for stalling because it's not like a quickly searchable thing on fucking line. I gotta pull it up on Spotify so I can see the tracks. All right.
Okay.
Let's listen to these. Yeah, it's 4 of them. They'll be quick to get
Adjust my
into and
notes.
what?
I'll adjust my notes.
Thank you, Pat. This next one is actually a Nirvana cover.
It smells like teens pussy.
Yes. All right, dude. How much Pepsi have you drank tonight?
I had a lot of Diet Coke, my friend, and not a lot of water, so I'm a little dehydrated.
You're on my bullshit from the other night. Yeah, here. Okay. I apologize for the wait, everybody. I got this bullshit up. Here we go. So this first one, like I said, is actually a Nirvana cover. It's a song called Tourette's. And another fun fact, I learned how to play this on the drums because it was a very simple song to play.
No. Thanks a lot, Dave Grohl.
All right, and edit. I did a thing wrong. Here's the actual song this time.
Moderate rock.
There we go. Tourette's. Have you ever heard the original of that?
No, actually, one of the notes that I wrote down though was, I love Nirvana covers almost always way more than the originals.
Yes,
So,
and Pat, that's why we do a podcast together because you don't even know that you know what I'm about to say, and that's the original Nirvana song of this kind of sucks ass.
Yeah, it does not have the energy. Like, I understand that they probably were able to capture it better, you know, if they would have done a live performance of it or something like that. But like, to me, they like it almost felt like they were like, this song fucking rips, and like we can pay it respect. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, I think it's I want to say Comeback Kid does another a Nirvana cover as well, and it's
Really?
yeah, and it's fucking like, it's like one of those things where it's like, I think it's the one like
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Territorial Pissing. That's a
And I'm
good
just
Nirvana song.
I'm like, this is like, and again, the original song is good. Nirvana wrote it. You can't have the cover without the original, but it's way better in my opinion. And I think that I feel that way about almost every single Nirvana song I've ever heard, as the cover is better than the original.
Yeah, and I'm a man who likes Nirvana.
Yeah.
I enjoy Nirvana. I thought that their Unplugged is I I don't know what the term for this would be, but
Acoustic.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, next song. No, I say this all the time about Earth, Wind, and Fire. They get so bigged up. They get so overplayed and big up so often. People lose hindsight of how truly fucking awesome they were.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way about Nirvana's Unplugged. It gets so like it's so in the people take for granted. I think is a good word. People take for granted how good their Unplugged is. But yeah, at the same time, yeah, they were. It's similar. Like Thrice does a cover, and I know you're not a huge Minor Threat fan, but Thrice does a cover of Seeing. Yeah. Thrice does a cover of Seeing Red that fucking just kicks Minor Threat in the fucking dick.
Yeah, Minor Threat covers are another thing like that. It's almost that would be a good episode topic as well. Is like song covers that you like way more than the band, but you don't hate the band. Like it's not like one of those things where I'm like well, except for Minor Threat, I kind of hate them.
I feel like your thing is more of an Ian MacKaye hate.
Yeah, you're right. It's almost like they're getting the same treatment that I've given bands like ICP over the years and other like the guilty by association shit of like. But he's in the band. Like I actively, it's not like I hate Violent J and Shaggy. I hate, like it's all the fucking family and the Two Dopes and the.
You know what my thing? I'm actually the literal opposite with ICP. I
hate them, but you love the fans.
No. I love Shaggy and what are their names?
Two Dope, Shaggy,
Two Dope,
Violent
J. That's right. I've seen them on a lot of interviews. I think they're like smart guys wrapped in like a hood rednecky exterior and shit like that. They always come off as like dudes who are hip to the process and shit. And I actually did a show a while ago. It was one of those, it was forever ago here in Jersey, where it was like half comedy, half fucking like rap show. Nice. And there was actually a lot of juggalos on it. And I gotta tell you, dude, I was in the mix with the juggalos. They're lovely people. They're a bunch of fucking goofy motherfuckers, but they're nice people. But whenever I hear any ICP song, can't do it. I haven't found one I give a shit about.
Yeah, I don't necessarily. A friend of mine back in Florida. Actually, ICP is one of the questions on your final in Florida.
That's how you get your driver's license.
Yeah, that's how the DMV. You're doing this, and you go ICP, and they're like, good. They go whoop whoop. Here's your license. So like it's a thing that like my friend like used to listen to them all the time, and I just never really gravitated to them. But it's one of those things where like the weird kind of like methy, druggy kind of thing. It's like I don't think they're bad people, but they're just scary. Not really my type of people.
Yeah, no, purely based on interviews, I think they rule, but the music doesn't do it for me. Let us check out another one that was on this EP. It is called what?
Whoop whoop.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Patrick. And a whoop whoop to you too, sir. This is A Strange Loop.
Whoop.
Whoop.
Now we come
Fuck yeah. That was a fucking goddamn ripper if I ever goddamn heard one.
I wonder this. How often do you think bands play bonus track songs live? Or just to double up there, do you think it's maybe in particular nights where they know that they're going to have a lot more fans, like obviously their fans are going to be, they're going to have better sold shows than others, bigger venues, stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
They're like, gonna be like, oh, there's a more likelihood that people, when we say, hey, BT Dubs, we're going to play. this song.
That's a tough one because funny enough, when I went to go see Run the Jewels back in whenever the fuck they were, for people who don't know, they recently did a tour where they did like 4 or 5 cities. Each night they did one of their albums, and I was there when they did. Well, actually, I think they said this on both nights, but there was songs off both those albums that they were like. I remember specifically on Run the Jewels 1, it was the like second to last song on the first album. They go, this is literally, what the fuck? I think they either said they've never actually done this one live, or it was like the second time they ever did it live. So that was a song that made the album and the first album when they would be way more likely to do it live. And even then they didn't play it. Like, I would guess shit off of this is not getting regular live performance play, because especially a band like Every Time I Die, 9 albums deep, or even at this time, they're 7 albums deep. The list of songs that they gotta play is starting to get longer.
It's almost their whole set now.
Yeah, and so the list, yeah, exactly. And then, so are they gonna sit there and go, you won't play the song off Salem that rips real hard? I'm not saying it never happened, but the amount of times they've probably played any of these songs live, I'll give you a fucking one hand to count them.
Yeah. It's like, it's a thing where like I'm listening to this and I have the thought of like, yeah, if you added it to the album, I wouldn't have been offended.
That would have fit. That one would have fit really well on the album.
But also, like, I understand a band putting the time into recording an album, track an album, do all this other stuff, and then it go like, it doesn't really fit, or these are so much better, we love these so much more, and then going like, well, we don't want to just scrap it, but so they release it. So like, obviously some fans are going to connect with this song. So like, but is the payoff enough for them to be like, hey, we're gonna play, what the fuck was the name of this one again? I'm sorry.
What was it called? A Strange Loop.
A stranger, like, you know what I mean? We're gonna strange loop. Like, how many? Like, what's the likelihood that people are gonna go, what? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you gotta do the math on that, because, it's when you're doing it live, you do kind of have to like heavily consider what the audience is gonna like.
Yeah.
So is the audience going to be real hyped over one of these songs off the Record Store Day release? Probably not. That's not even like shitting on the music.
No,
the music's good.
I'm just saying, it's just like you have so many hits at this point that if you were like, hey, by the way, this one's called Floater, people are going to go, oh my God, that's the hit from back. You know what I mean? But if it was like, this one's like, again, if this is.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said before, the list of songs that they gotta play or there's gonna be a riot gets longer with every album.
But it's a perfectly fine song. That's the thing. It's like, it's great.
It's
fit
great
on the album, but it's not. And it's like, since it's a bonus album, I feel like that kind of negates it to where like they're like, yeah, let's just release it. We need to release this. It's like when you have a shitty set and you're like, yeah, but I had that cool crowd work part. I'm gonna release that clip. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna release. Yeah, exactly. All right, my tummy's rumbling. We got 2 more. Let's fucking do this.
Yeah.
Cheap Ludes. Great title.
Under layers of solid rock, far removed from the shifting tides, and every weather all acts of God. Get out of fast of the glory vibe, the only unrecognizable, lighting up real cigarettes, caused by ex-lives, drinking only to free themselves from the hands of cruel women in a government's home, from the graves of blood friends on the side of the road. No posture, no proof for the one night stand, just shadows of stories and the blood on
I listened to that one and I go, I get why you didn't put it on the album because it was very good, but it would have stuck out like a sore thumb on the album. It didn't have that extra oomph, but it was all very good. They did all the great shit that they do, but like I said, it didn't have that extra oomph, and it would have like kind of stuck out on that last album.
There was something distracting about the mix. I don't know what I was hearing.
The bass tone. It was. I noticed.
It sounded like piano at some parts. Like I thought there was like a high pitch, like, but it must have been the tone of the bass, maybe, or something. I don't.
Well, I don't know if you would have confused those two because with the bass tone, it was almost like when they have an 808 in a rap song, and you feel rather than audibly hear it, you almost feel a rumble.
Yeah.
So that's one I felt, which was very weird. It was not. I was not used to that. They never. That's a weird thing to include in an Every Time I Die song. I thought it was interesting that they left that in.
They had a piano in there before.
Okay.
You know
I didn't know. I didn't notice that, but I believe you.
Well, no, I'm saying like in the other song where they had they were just using the one note, but I'm like, hey, did they learn some other notes here or something? And they're just like, yeah, we don't like it. Let's take it out. You know what I mean? Like, but it just sounded weird. You're right. So yeah, there was something off about the mix, but it just
it was like mildly off.
What is that? What sounds like? Yeah, but no, you're right. There's just like something a little bit off about it. I'm sure that's probably what.
Because that was the fucking bass drop thing was a thing that a lot of it was like those metalcore bands that transitioned, like. It's like there's a lot of these metalcore bands that have like a little tinge of deathcore to it, and then also they kind of have the boisterous nature that like an Amur or a band like that would have. And I started noticing a lot of those bands were throwing in the 808.
Yeah.
And I or the bass drop, I guess you would call it. And I'm always mixed about it. It seems, I don't know, it just seems like a thing that you're like, that's not, I was like, I don't know if we do that over here. You know what I mean? It just feels...
Seems counterproductive or contradictory or whatever.
It feels flashy in the wrong way for this style of music. I don't know.
I get you. I got you. Hey, I got you.
All right, one more. This is Saturnalia. This is Crystalia.
Crystalia.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, that ripped really hard. That was another one that I felt wouldn't have made sense on the album, but as a standalone song, goes very hard. Definitely like a more it felt much more experimental than I'm used to with Every Time I Die.
I wonder if
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I liked it too, and I wonder. I think because I kind of felt the opposite, but this mix or this recording of this song probably wouldn't have worked. But I feel like if they would have tweaked this a little bit more, they could have gotten this on the album. But this is probably one of the first times where I do truly think they nailed the songs that belonged on the album and the ones that were bonus tracks, because the bonus ones aren't bad. We've like
Yeah,
you're not like they just they could have made them fit. Maybe they could have maybe made them work, because that's the thing is I think maybe what happened here was the bonus tracks didn't get the final mix treatment that the album did.
I think that's all that was, because
Yeah.
I was trying to be fair, because it's like I was trying to listen to it for what they were playing, not necessarily the mix, because
Yeah.
you could tell the mix on these last couple songs didn't get the sheen that the main album got.
It's a little extra. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that I haven't listened to that song in a really long time, because it kind of had everything. It like started off in a really weird way that you're not used to, and then they kind of did a little bit more traditional shit in the chaotic department, and then that big sort of breakdown on the end. It was like yeah, it gave you a whole full spectrum of Every Time I Die.
Yeah.
It was fucking great.
It almost could have been like a commercial song for the album, even, like, you know what I mean, if they just had, hey, this is Keith here, and then just playing in the background. If you guys like NoFX did that, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, no effects. We're like, hey, did you hear our last album? Well, you already know what this album's gonna sound like.
Yeah. Hey, did you hear that one Gallows album? Andy, this dickhead's gonna buy a flag for it.
It was a present.
It was a gift. Thank you very much.
But I did pay for the logo on my leg.
I also, by the way, I don't want again, we don't want to give away our rankings or anything, but this might have shook my core as far as the ratings go.
This might have altered my perspective on reality.
This might have changed how I view everything, and I may transition to female and divorce my wife
That would be sick, dude.
because
Wait,
of
so
how much I love this album.
Are you saying this might be better than the best album in the world, X Lives?
No, I'm saying I'm going to transition to an album so I can marry this album legally.
That's pretty sick. I might do that too, but like right before you do it, and then take credit for it.
I'm doing it right now.
No, I'm gonna, when I do
I already
it,
filed the paperwork.
no, when I do it, I'm gonna yell firsties, and then they're gonna be like, "Why would he yell that if he wasn't the first?"
If we know anything about squatters' law, that counts.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be squatting right on your head, marrying
I
this
have
album.
a lease.
Well, that's good enough as law. I'm a cop.
Gotta go anyway.
Anyway, gotta go back and not do anything else productive. All right, guys, gals, everyone in between. We'll see you next fucking week with Low Teens. I'm Andy. This is Pat. We love you all. Have a good one. Be about it. Peace.